welcome back.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you likewise.
You're wearing a hoodie. You moaned you were hot last time.
I did. I might grow to regret it. But...
Yeah, it might be poor planning. So, we're going to jump in. I'm not going to ask the viewer a question,
Ooh.
but I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, no.
Will, please tell us about you, because this episode is a special. It is a special episode because you are going to talk us through how a musician could grow their own business.
Yeah, so I've said on a couple of the previous podcasts that there's no reason at all why you shouldn't be able to get to £1,000 a month in your first month.
Yep. So, Will, you're going to put your money where your mouth is. You said people can build £1,000 a month business in their first month.
Yeah.
And you're going to show us today.
Yeah.
So, let's introduce yourself. Who is Will Taylor? Why should we listen to you? What the hell are you on about? Why do you know all of this stuff? Build some respect.
Yes, earn some respect. So I'm Will Taylor. I run a 389,000 subscriber YouTube channel.
Oh wow, is that the recent?
Yeah. That's as of this morning.
So when are you going to break 400?
End of the week, maybe Friday, I imagine.
Nice.
This has been filmed on Sunday, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, so technically the end of next week.
Yeah. Actually, this one should be out before, I think.
Yeah, but you said the end of the week. It's a Sunday today.
Yeah. So not this week. End of next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, unless you consider Sunday the start. Anyway,
I do not. I'm not
you're
religious.
Yes. So I was an estate agent, then I was an accountant. I went through 2 years of business school, and then became a qualified accountant. Worked for a top 10 firm. And after 9 months decided that it wasn't for me because I couldn't control anything in the business. It was a massive business and I was just a small cog in it. I didn't like being a small cog. I wanted to be a big cog.
Yeah.
The cog.
You are a big cog.
Thank you. We could have a mass debate about that later.
Stop. That killed me. If you haven't watched it in the last episode, that's the first time I've cried on this podcast. And we've had some deep conversations.
We have, yeah.
And that made me cry.
It was good. So when I stopped being an accountant, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do things that I enjoy and I'm going to have fun. And music is one of those things. I'm a musician. And I was like, okay, well, how can I make money out of this? And so I played the open mic scene and then eventually I got offered a gig. But I could only do really 4 songs all the way through at that point, and I needed 2 hours worth of stuff.
Do you know what songs they were?
Yeah, it was Neon by John Mayer.
Okay.
It was Shape of You.
Of course, got to be an Ed Sheeran in there somewhere.
Yeah, Eleanor Rigby, which is Beatles one, and then you've got, I think it's probably Don't by Ed Sheeran as well.
Are those songs still in rotation now, or have they been subbed out?
No, that's I play some of them in some gigs and some in others, because if you're doing a Shape of You gig, that's now with a loop pedal and like big and like clubby. That's how I put
it's a bit more dancey, a bit more upbeat. Yeah. People are gonna have a little sway.
That's it. Whereas like Neon is very much restaurant vibes, so I just do it for those ones. Literally.
Yeah, it's quite good music.
Jazzy. So anyway, I did that, and then so I got offered a pub gig and I had to decline it, and then it came around to Christmas and I needed to basically earn some money, and they happened to reach out again randomly and offered me 100 quid for 2 hours to do one gig. Insane. That was like, and that was such a mental feeling, the fact that somebody had just paid me 100 quid.
Is that the going rate? So is that something people could expect when trying to get into this scene?
Yeah. So it's, I mean, now when I play gigs, it's anywhere from 150 to 200. And that's what you can expect. Don't play for any less than £100 for 2 hours, because you're worth more than that. It's like you're giving their customers a reason to come in. So you're drumming up a lot of business for them, in theory. And just the very fact they can say there's live music, it doesn't even need to be your name. It's like just the fact there's live music will get people in the door.
Yeah. So I think a good way to go through this episode is to consider each step at a time, and you talk us through your sort of realization in those moments, and then the practical advice that can come alongside of it, rather than going, this is Will, this is what you should do. Yeah. I feel like if we do the two simultaneously, we might be able to then give some practical advice, because it'll be more authentic for you, because you'll be able to recall those memories. So
great idea.
the reasons you started gigging was because you wanted to take some ownership of your life and you have a passion you wanted to pursue.
Yep.
You got your first few gigs through open mic nights. So talk us through, how did it feel to start performing in front of people? Because I would imagine, I don't know, I'm not a musician. I'm not musically inclined. I can sing fantastically and rap, by the way.
Rap.
Exactly. But how was it first being on stage in front of people in those open mic night environments?
Yeah, it was fine.
Any fear?
A little bit, but there's also an element of arrogant confidence that comes from being a musician. It's like, no, I'm here and I know I can do these 2 songs because I've practiced them for ages. Like, you only get to do 2 or 3 songs at an open mic night. So I knew I could do those 2 songs, so I just played them. And after the first song, everyone's usually like, oh my God, that's great. Or everyone starts having conversations. So either way, you've won.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying just practice the songs you would feel confident doing. So if you do have a bit of nerves, it would be a case of you could then perform those songs to the best of your ability, whatever that ability might be, and then just get confident putting yourself in new environments, filtering new songs here and there, just so you build the confidence.
That's it.
And what did you learn from phase 1, effectively? So you've left accountancy, you've left that top 10 firm, and now you're pursuing the career. What did you learn from those early experiences? Could you wrap up that first sort of decision, the getting to know this new industry?
Yeah, so I just instantly applied my business head after I got my first gig. It was like, I've just done that once. Imagine if I could just get 10 of them a month, that would be $1,000. And then you realise, hang on a second, what if I charge more? I wouldn't have to do anywhere near as many. I'd only have to do like 5 if I play for £200. So then it's like, okay, I now need to go to open mic. My thinking at the time, and obviously we'll get on to the most efficient way to do it, but at the time, absolutely, I didn't know how to do it efficiently. So I would play an open mic night, and then after the open mic and I'd played and people were clapping and like people were excited about me, I would then go up to the manager and say, do you do pub gigs here? I'd be happy to play for you. And I got gigs doing that. But that's very slow to get gigs. It requires them to have an open mic night for a start, so you can't reach out to pubs that don't. And it also relies on them hearing you play and see the impact you had when you played. So it's not efficient. I don't recommend that's how you do it. Maybe it's a good way to start, but...
So those are some pitfalls to avoid. One other one I'm curious of, because it's something that I know gets thrown around a lot, but I am curious of your opinions, is busking. Because I know where we're from, you can walk down the town centre high street and you see buskers every weekend, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's always someone there performing, normally the same person as well, ironically.
All my mates.
Yeah, but this is the thing, is you see the same people and you're like, wow, surely there's got to be a better way to achieve the goal you want, because, brother, I've seen you for the last 10 years on that same corner performing the same songs. I'm not a musician, but I feel like I could do better.
Yeah.
You know, so do you think busking is a good way to go about it?
It's like, if you're not getting gigs, like you can make 60 quid in, I don't know, a 2-hour session. So it's decent. Like if your alternative is sit at home or earn some money because you need money, like just go and busk. It's easy.
Just go and busk.
I've only busked twice, but that was through, it wasn't like just me off my own back going. It was somebody hired me to play on a stage that was in the centre of town, that paid me a little bit of money, and then donations were on top of that from the public.
How did that compare to, say, an open mic night or an actual gig itself? Was it different?
It was fine. The only thing that changes between your own gig and open mic nights and doing that sort of event where I was put on is you're not in charge of the PA system. So the sound, how it comes out, is completely out of your control.
Yeah.
So that's a little unnerving for me now, having done more paid gigs than I have open mics, which is nuts because I did like 4 a week for 6 months. You just get used to wanting to be in charge of your sound.
So you're saying all musicians need to be control freaks?
No, it's
Are
just...
you a control freak?
No, hell no.
Are you sure?
Not with music. I just don't care.
You just don't care? Do you think that's an attitude someone should have if they're building a business, is just not care?
I think no, I care about the business side of it. I don't care
about the music.
Yeah. But this is something we'll get onto later. It's like being reliable and likable are far more important than how your music sounds. Because pub musicians just don't care.
They just want someone that's reliable.
They just want a noise coming out of you. Literally.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Just in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Jake's saying, "Ah!" and screaming. That'd be me.
Nice.
Yeah. Watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And then we'd have so many jokes.
It's terrible.
You said it was too silly.
It's too silly.
You are a silly... Brooklyn Nine-Nine's the best. Let's talk about the next steps before I lose my temper. You do not like one of the best shows ever created, but that's fine. Moving on. Let's talk about the foundation. So what's the next step from there? So talk us through what are the relevant talking points? What do you need to move forwards?
Yeah. So you need a PA system. That's important.
Personal assistant?
No, I don't know what it stands for, actually. I have no idea. It's just called a PA system. Projecting audio, maybe? I don't know.
Let's see.
You need an active PA system that you can just plug in.
Public address system.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So not a personal assistant.
No.
I would not be a personal assistant.
No.
I'd be your roadie.
No, that sucks. That's just lifting heavy stuff. Yeah, so you need one of them because then that allows you to play at places that don't have the equipment there already.
So what is a PA system?
It's just
dumb it down.
A couple of speakers that you can plug your guitar into and your mic.
So all the equipment that comes with that. Basic PA system.
Yeah.
Cool.
And obviously you've probably already got your instrument and you need a mic and you need mic stands and you need maybe a trailer to drag the PA system to the gig. But that allows you to play in places that aren't set up for it. It also makes you avoid PA rent. If you don't have your own PA system, people can say, oh, well, you can just use ours, but we'll charge you 15 quid.
Would you suggest PA rent in places? No, why not?
It's just dumb.
Tell me why.
Because a PA system costs like $1,000.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do more than 10 gigs in your life, you might as well save the 15 quid along the way.
But 10 gigs, 15 quid, that's £150.
Yes, but you're going to do more than that. And if you own the PA system, then you actually make, say the minimum is 100 quid a month or 100 quid a gig that you'll do. You 10 gigs to pay off that PA system, and then you're in the clear.
Yeah.
Everything's profit from that point, rather than every single time you play a gig, you're only really paying for.
Are you suggesting people need to take a bet on themselves and commit to consistency then at this point?
Yes, the only way you can, the only way you make £1,000 in your first month is if you are all in.
Consistent.
Consistent, well, there's a limit to how consistent you can be over just a month time frame, but it's you need to be fully committed. I think the bit we sort of glossed over as well is I quit being an accountant with no other options. It's that is the number one signal that you are ready to be self-employed. It's because you have to go all in.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I know it's something that all the big dogs talk about. It's oh no, you've just got to work harder. You've got to work in your evenings and your weekends. And still
this is what so many people say is you shouldn't quit one thing until you know that the other thing is viable.
Yeah.
Do you disagree?
I think if you can make it work, then that's fine. But you'll note if you can make it work before you quit your job, then when you go full time, it will just explode.
Yeah, of course. But would you say there's a time frame that one should live by? So say you quit your job. Would you give yourself 6 months, a year, a month? What was your time frame of I need to make this work, otherwise I'm back in unemployment, I'm working at McDonald's. No offense to people that work at McDonald's, it's a good career path actually. You can make bank. Like
Sainsbury's actually, the store manager there makes 100k a year. No, I had no time frame. That was just my life. I had to say, this is the other thing. You quit your job and you live as frugally as possible off of the savings you have while you're building the business. Yeah. That's just how I did it.
Has to be, because you can't continue the same lifestyle that you have when you were making a 4-figure income per month or whatever it is.
It's
whether that's a low 4-figure or a high 4-figure, you can't continue to.
Or a 5-figure. It's completely.
Or a 6-figure.
Yeah, or a 7 or an 8. You can go up.
Can't. It stops at 9. Can't make more than that.
You not ever been paid 100 mil for an hour? Never been paid $1 billion for an hour?
I have.
Oh, you have? Yeah. But then you just bought yourself
a car.
For $1 billion.
Singular car. It's a Nissan Micra.
I bought my
06 plate.
A petrol.
You were saying we glossed over the fact that
going all in on being self-employed is so important because the stress that induces on like this has to work is like that will just shock you into action.
So there's absolutely no way one could get £1,000 in the first month as a musician if they are doing something else. You just think it's categorically not impossible. Well,
they could do. I couldn't.
You couldn't.
I think it's possible for some people. Like I'm not good at working. Believe it or not, I'm not good at working.
Not good at working for someone else.
Or myself even. But what I can do is just dedicate loads of time to it. But if I was working for somebody else, I wouldn't have all that time to dedicate. I reckon I've got to work doubly as hard as everyone else, doubly as long as everyone else, just to get the same stuff achieved that they can achieve in 6 hours.
It's an interesting thought process you have on yourself, because I disagree. I see your work ethic. I see how hard you work. I see how hard you push.
I'm very good at making it look like I work hard.
But you've got evidence to back it up that this is the thing. So whether it's a case of work smarter or harder, we are having a conversation that is legitimately about how someone could build or earn £1,000 in their first month because you've got this blueprint. You've done this blueprint. I don't know anyone else that could do it. I could quit my job right now and go all in on the podcast, but we're not going to make £1,000 in this first month.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
I'll
let you know when you're allowed to quit your job.
Okay, thank you. I can't wait. Is it tomorrow?
No.
Oh, day after?
No, maybe 6 months.
Maybe.
Well, we'll see how things go. See how many lives you do.
1
a day.
Ooh. Mixing it up. So, those are the foundations. This is all about you have to fully commit. You need a PA system, so a personal assistant system. What else is needed?
That's it. I mean, a computer helps because you can then... Well, then we're moving on to like how you really get the gigs, and that's the bit where the money's made.
Do you think people obsess over the smaller details of I need the best PA system or I need the best laptop,
irrelevant.
I need these kind of things? You just need something that's going to do the thing.
Something that can send an email and has access to the internet.
Yeah.
Could be your phone even. And a PA system so that you have freedom to ask people who don't have the equipment to play at their pubs. And it's pubs and restaurants that you're going for. You're not going for hotels at this point or weddings or things like that.
Why? I'm sure you'll get into it further down the line, but let's answer that right here.
I mean, weddings, generally, you've got to be asked to go and play for the wedding. There are sites like lastmusician.com, which you can go on there and then put yourself forward for weddings that are on there, and they'll tell you the price. And the thing is, weddings are attractive because you can make $2,500 from one wedding.
Yeah.
But the risk there is you ruin the best day of somebody's life. So I put off weddings for... I did my first wedding this year. Like... I hate that pressure of I'm not going to be responsible for that not going well.
Yeah.
Like anything, like if my PA system breaks on the day, it's not even something I did wrong. It's like that's out of my hands, but I've ruined their day still. They hope to have live music at their wedding, and that dream would never come true just because my PA system breaks. It's like it's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Whereas a pub gig, they don't care, so you don't care. It's like, and they book generally quite regularly as well, pubs. So it'll be once a week or twice a month they'll put on live music or whatever. So you just got to get into that rotation. And then also that leads on to regular bookings. Weddings, you can't get a regular booking with somebody unless there's something wrong with them. So
once a year wedding.
Yeah. But once a month or once a week is an absolute great setup to have. Like, so I play a place right now once a week and I play another place twice a month. It's like that covers my rent and my bills. YouTube is on top of that. So it's nice and easy once you've got that, but you're only going to get that by putting yourself forward to these pubs.
Okay, so we're going all in. We're 100% in. We're invested. We're earning. We're going to earn £1,000 in this first month because we have nothing else. This is everything. It's our singular focus. We've got our PA system. We've got something that can access the internet and send emails. Let's talk about acquiring gigs.
Easy.
Tell us.
One more thing you need.
Okay.
MailChimp. It's £10 a month.
What about female chimp?
MAIL.
I thought that was a good joke. You're going to gloss over it?
That was really funny.
I thought that was really good.
Really good.
It was. Thank you. Thank you for validating my joke. So, MailChimp. What is MailChimp?
It allows you to send loads of emails without getting wrapped up into people's spam filters. So the manual way to do it, and this is how I did it for the first 3 weeks, and then I realized I was just ending up in people's spam filters, is you just do blind carbon copy, BCC, and you go on the internet and you go to the pub's website, find their contact email, and you put it in there, and then you go to another pub's website, find their contact email and you put it in there, and then you're sending like 200 emails all in one go. That all says, "Hi, I'm a local musician. I play pop and country music. My rates are 150 to 180 pounds for 2 hours." Everyone comes back and says 150, but it means they're not negotiating at you for 100, so you've already won. And then I have availability over the next coming months. Let me know if you're interested in booking me. And then link to a video that you have somewhere of you playing. Doesn't have to be good, doesn't have to be properly produced. In fact, it's better if it's not. If it's just live you playing an open mic night, just one song is fine.
They know how authentic the music is going to be then at that point. So MailChimp was better because it helped you automate that system and also gets around spam filters.
Yeah, but what you can do in MailChimp is you can have 10 emails scheduled to retarget, and then you can put a break in it. So if they respond, then it will either be an automated thing of this email failed, in which case you want them taken out of the chain anyway. If they respond and say no, that's fine, you don't want to retarget them. If they respond and say yes, then you're dealing with that email and you're getting booked for the gig. If they don't respond in week 1, you've got another automated email going out next week, which is saying, "Hi, I don't know if you got my last email, but I'd still love to play for you. I live in the same area and want to, I play pop and country music. Just basically reiterate everything here in my prices. Here's a link to my stuff." And then you keep running that for 10 weeks. Oh, that's 2 months, but you'll get enough in the first month from doing that. I had 350 pubs in my list that I would email, and I just found it by zooming into me on the map, going out to like a decent amount, like the county, and just limit yourself to your county, or an hour drive away, and there's so many pubs.
Yeah.
There's 40-odd thousand in the UK.
Yeah. And even in the south where we're from, there's less pubs than there are, say, further up north. So there's definitely more opportunity elsewhere in the UK as well.
Yep. It's all over. So, I've got gigs in Cornwall, and I've got gigs in Tunbridge Wells, and I've got gigs in Brighton, and I've had gigs in Worthing, and I've had gigs all over the south.
So Cornwall was a 6-hour drive from here. Everywhere else is about an hour to hour and a half drive from where we are currently. Pick up the Bourne. Yeah. So you've got MailChimp, you've got your PA system, you're ready to go. Talk to us about the next step, because really this is the bulk. This is how you are delivering. You're going to make sales. You're effectively closing to get gigs. Talk us through what is important to make you stand out from the rest, because ultimately that's what you need to be doing at this point. If you are all in, you can't just be the same as everyone else that's trying.
Yeah. So after you've sent an email or two, you then go to every single one of the pubs. And if you're still not getting any bookings, because they'll come back and they'll say, "Oh, yes, are you available on this date?" And you say yes or no. That's basically how it works. Would you do it for this price? And then it's up to you. You say yes or no. But it's really simple. It's like you've got to look at it as they are booking a musician anyway. Yeah. They might as well book you. You just save them the journey of having to find somebody to book. Like you're doing them a favour.
Doing them a favour. So that's a good mindset to have. Is rather than going, "Oh my God, are they going to like me?" It's like, "Well, I'm doing them a favour."
Yeah.
Okay. So reframing.
Yeah, but I didn't even see it as it's just obvious to me. It's like, obviously I'm helping you out.
Yeah, but I'm trying to help people that maybe might think a little bit more self-deprecating. They're like, "Oh my goodness, I've got to make this work." But like, actually, rather than "I've got to make this work," people need to, I'm helping them. Yeah.
Whenever you're getting paid for a service, it's because you're helping them. That's the only reason somebody would pay you.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a...
There's not a counter to that. Don't even try.
I was trying, but I couldn't get it.
It's like, even if you buy a product, it's because it's going to help you one way or another. If I buy a tripod, it's because I need a tripod so that I could do something else.
It's supply and demand, isn't it? Yeah. That's exactly what the Wolf of Wall Street said. Sell me this pen.
Yeah, literally. Are you in the market for a pen? That's how you get around that, by the way. It's the first question you've got to ask. If they're not in the market, there's no point selling to them. Yes, it's like, I'm not knocking on people's doors saying, "Hi, can you hire me to be your musician?" Like, because they're not in the market for that. But pubs are completely in the market, and some of them will come back and say, "Oh, we don't do music anymore." Like, "Oh, is there any reason for that? I'd love to like give it a trial run again if you want to give it a go. Would you be open to me just doing 1 week, or do you want?" Another thing you can put in the email is, "I'm looking for regular bookings. However, I wouldn't do that in your first month. I would just get singular bookings, because then you can turn them into regular ones, worst case. But if you've got month 1 and month 2 fully booked, for month 3, I'd say I'm looking for regular bookings from that, because your conversion rate on asking for regular bookings will be a lot lower, but you've only got to get 1 or 2 of them, and then you pay your rent."
Yes. So what you were talking about there was objection handling. People coming back and saying, we're too busy, we don't have a budget, we don't offer this service. You've got to be able to take no's and spin them around and understand, one, their reasoning, and two, then continue to sell to them.
Yeah.
Are you good at objection handling, you yourself?
I think so. But it all comes from everything that's good in my life comes from not caring. It's like, if somebody says no, I don't care.
Do you not care because you're detached from the outcome, or do you not care because it doesn't impact you? Where does that not caring come from? Because it's something I struggle with. Not when it comes to, I struggle with you, Will.
Lots of people do.
Yeah, it's valid. But I'm talking about where I struggle to get that mindset. It's like I can understand it, I can intellectualize it, but I can't understand whether like the seed is where that.
I think I have so much confidence in, if these people aren't the ones that are going to book me, the next person will. Mm-hmm. It's just that. It's arrogance. It's confidence. If you say no, I don't mind, because I'll just email the next person and they will say yes. And if they say no, then the next person will say yes.
So it's just confidence that it's going to work.
Yeah, maybe it is a mindset thing, but I've just convinced myself.
It is a mindset thing. That's exactly what it is, because you've got to the point where, for better or worse, I'm just going to use that term, but arguably it's for the better. You've convinced yourself in every environment that there is someone that will accept your product or accept you as you are, and you're not going to waste time justifying who you are or what you have to someone that doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, is such a good way to live, because in reality, like, say you want to date someone, and this is what I have to offer, and they go, I don't want it. But like, okay, fine, see you later. Yeah. Someone else is going to want this, so why would I waste time on someone that's told me they actually don't want it?
You've only got to find one.
Yeah, true. Or multiple.
Yeah, but ideally one.
Mix it up.
One is better than two.
But three is better than one.
Just one.
Oh, okay.
One is fine. Sorry. Just one that you can.
These are the mistakes I've been making.
Yeah,
you should lead a dating podcast as well.
I should call it, I don't know, Gangbang Gurus or something.
Absolutely not. Veto that idea right now. Hard no. Moving on.
A hard no. The Gangbang got you going.
No, that's the name of the podcast. Hard no.
Hard no. The hard sell.
Giggity. Cool. So, objection handling. Why is professionalism important then when you're trying to do this? So you've reached out to people via email. You've gone to them physically to put yourself in front of them. How do you orientate yourself in that process? So how do you engage with people?
Just be I've been really friendly through all of my emails. Like, I think your personality is important, because they want to know that they're talking to a person and not a computer.
Yeah. And
especially now with AI, I don't know how many pubs even have looked into this, but it's so easy to get AI just to write an email for you. So even if you get AI to write your email, re-edit it and like add in human elements. Like sometimes you can go in and deliberately remove a capital letter at the start of a sentence and just put in a lowercase one, just 'cause it looks like a human's typed it then.
Interesting.
I always put a smiley face at the end of my things to say all the best, Will, and then smiley face, just because it's friendly. And then if they talk to me on the phone, they'll hear in my voice that like I'm a happy chappy.
They hear that you've got a smiley face.
Yeah, that's it. And just always be respectful, always be polite. Like, they've taken time out of their day to respond to your email, and you're just asking them for money at the end of the day. But at the same time, as I say, you're providing them a service, so it's just business. That's all it is. It's great. This is why I love it, because it's two adults that get to have a conversation and you get paid at the end of it.
Do you know what I love? Is people are so scared of having conversations on the phone. So that's why I do day to day. I have conversations with people on the phone. You can tell the people that are comfortable with it versus those that aren't, and it's so funny because some people are great, want to have a conversation. They understand they're dealing with a human, another human on this planet. Mind blowing, right? Whereas some people are like, yeah, no. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so following up is important. Objection handling is important. How are you pricing them, Will? What is important when someone goes, yes, we want to book you?
Well, because I put my prices in the reach out email, like, we've generally got a ballpark going anyway. I have made the mistake when I first started getting gigs. I used to go into places with my card. That was another thing that I did. I'd just walk around before I even thought about sending emails. I'd just walk around.
Why is that a mistake?
Because it's too time consuming. You just won't get through enough pubs.
Yeah, so if you're talking about making 1,000 in a month, you've got to be really efficient with your time.
Yeah.
So a mistake you made was being inefficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
What ideally you want to do is select pubs that you know are part of a chain, or like the owner of the pub has like 3 or 4, because then what you'll do is you'll get booked at one week, one the next week, one the next week, one the next, and suddenly just from knowing one guy, you've then got booked for 4 gigs, and that's at least 400 quid. It's like for 8 hours work.
Yeah. So you spoke about mistakes there. One mistake you went is going around with your card because it's time consuming. Was there any other mistakes you made? Any other pitfalls you'd recommend people to avoid?
Saying yes to 3-hour gigs.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
They suck. They suck.
3 hours. Is that 3 hours playing, or is that like with a little break in between?
I did 2. I don't know what other people do, but I took 2 breaks. I'd
take a 3-hour break for that.
I did an hour, then 15-minute break, 45 minutes, 15-minute break, 45 minutes. That's how I would do them. But they do pay more, but like 50 quid more. So I'd pay somebody the last 50 quid to do the last hour. Like I just wouldn't want to do it. Now that does limit you with where you can play, because some places only put on, like here on the pier, they're only 3-hour gigs.
Really?
Yeah, and I did a full season of playing at the end of there.
Surely that must be exhausting.
It's pretty tiring, but I mean, you get paid like 300 quid maybe for doing the gig. It's like, okay, that's decent, but would I rather not have the 300 quid? Maybe. But this is about how do you get to £1,000 in your first month.
Yeah.
It's like, so maybe you do want to say yes to 3-hour gigs, but your voice may not be able to take it if it's your first month. That's another consideration.
Yeah. So moving forwards, 3 hours, you need to understand maybe your ability to perform and how you would be able to continue with longevity in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. What other mistakes?
Checking where the pub is.
No, you didn't. Oh my god.
No, I haven't. I've only turned up to the wrong place once, but the other,
as in wrong pub, or
Yeah.
just wrong place entirely.
wrong pub.
So you turned up being like, "Hi, I'm here to play."
Well,
Like, who are you?
What you learn is with pub gigs, everyone is called the King's Head, the King's Arms, the Queen's Arms, the White Horse,
The Red Lion.
the Red Lion, although they don't do gigs. Yeah, everyone's called that, or like everything is Crown and. It's everything.
Crown and Anchor.
Crown and Anchor. They're 3-hour gigs there.
Are they?
Played there, yeah.
Oof, that's long.
Yeah,
But they're a big music one, aren't they?
Yeah, relatively big. They're like one of the ones to go to. But they generally put on bands, to the fact that
Yeah.
I was the only solo act they've ever booked.
Really? Wow, that's
It's-
impressive.
Like, they doesn't use backing tracks. Because, like, how else does an acoustic musician just have a full band? It's like, I've got a lead pedal, so I'll get around it. But, yeah, so I've put something in my maps. Like, in my calendar, I always put the name of the pub, how much they're paying me, what time they want me, and on the date. But if somewhere's called, like, the Crown and Anchor, and you put that into the maps, it's more likely than not you're going to assume it's the closest one. So I should probably have put in the postcodes on where they are, because I have turned up to the wrong ones like that a couple of times. Or
Multiple times, not just once.
Oh, yeah, I've done that quite a few times, where you you look at it as like, hang on, no, that they wouldn't book me. I don't think they do live music. And then you look at the map and you see like loads of other Crown Anchors. Like, okay, which one is it? So then you call up before you go and like, hi, just checking you're right to have me. Oh, it's not you. Okay, no worries. I'm just so that's been a bit of a problem. But yeah, they're the only big mistakes you can make. But in terms of actually getting booked, it's like once you've gathered enough email addresses, like if you have 100 email addresses and you send out 100 emails and you do that once a week for 4 weeks, in your first month you will be booked for £1,000.
Okay, I like that. That's a really good attitude to have. Is just volume. So I'm curious, is it a case of there's a best message or pitch that you found that works on your emails, or is it just a case of sheer volume? Other than obviously being polite, respectful.
Yeah, being polite and friendly, and then just volume. Because the other thing is, a lot of pub owners don't even check their emails.
No, I suppose.
So they might not see week 1, 2, and 3. So you've got to be consistent with it. So having that 10-week thing set up is really helpful. And the other thing MailChimp tells you is what percentage of people you sent it to opened it.
Yeah, that's very true.
So in my first thing of 350, but I had a 50% open rate, which was great, because then I got booked, and then suddenly everything I said in the email was invalid, because I was like, I'm looking for gigs over the next couple of months, and I got booked for the next couple of months in the first week. It's like, it's so easy to get get gigs. The only times you will really struggle is January. It's really difficult, and
Why?
I found November to be really difficult.
Why?
Everyone spends all their money at Christmas, so they get loads of music in. Like they'll run a couple of bands a night on.
It's gross.
Connor got, is it gingerbread?
Gingerbread flavoured Pepsi Max, and it's quite possibly the worst thing I've ever tasted.
You know they've just won because they got free advertising.
Yeah, well, who's watching this? In a few years, maybe.
Yeah, that's the
We're
thing.
going to bleep this out. We're going to come back to this episode, Pepsi,
Yeah.
and tell you how bad
Yeah.
this is. And we'll bleep it out or we'll keep it in here, but don't ever do this again. And also,
I'm going to change it so every time you say Pepsi, it actually says Coke.
Mm.
I don't know how I'm going to do that.
No. Coke. There you go. You can use that
Soundbite.
soundbite.
There we go.
Coke.
I got gingerbread. Coke!
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Hey, Connor, what do you like?
I've never tried it, and I will never.
No, I haven't either.
It's made with gasoline, so why would you want it?
Gasolina. Gasolina.
But in all seriousness, gasoline.
Coke.
So what I have here next, Will, is you've got books. You've got gigs booked.
I don't have any books.
No,
I
you
can't
don't
read.
No,
I
word.
read 3 books: $100 million offers, $100 million leads, and $100 million.
Those are
money
all
models.
Alex Homozy books, aren't they?
They're the only ones you need to be incredibly successful.
Do you know what else is a good book? Lord of the Rings.
What can you learn from that? Put shoes on. Rings aren't worth that much.
Yeah, I'm not a ring person. I might start trying. I might match my bad boy new earring. Yeah, you've got gigs booked. What I've got next is, you might have to correct me because, again, you're leading this, but it's delivery and relationship building. Because you've got booked. You see that, okay, I've got maybe 5 gigs in this month. It's going to make me £700.
Yeah.
How am I going to get this from where I'm at to the £1,000 magic number in my first month? So again, I've got delivery and relationship building. Is that right? Is that wrong? What would you consider the next step?
You can do 12 gigs in a month. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You might get some places that book you on Thursdays as well, and there are Monday gigs that exist. In fact, there's probably every day a week somewhere, but the really easy ones to get are Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. So get them booked first. So that's 12 a month at £100. You're doing 1,200 quid in the first month. Minimum. That's if you don't charge £150. When you have a gig, especially in your first month, because I'm gonna have to tell you everything because you've not done it before.
Yep.
Is turn up an hour early to set up, because the pub might start to panic that you're not going to show up. If it only takes you 15 minutes to set up, great. Sit down, have a drink, but set up first so the pub knows that you're there, so that they don't panic.
Okay.
That helps ease the nerves on the pub's behalf, because they're already taking some sort of risk by booking somebody they have not seen play in person.
Yeah. So and that also gives an element of professionalism as well, and it shows that you value their time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you come in flustered, you're like, oh, where's this, where's that? Because ultimately, if you've never been to that venue, you're never not going to know where they want you to play, where all the things to plug in are, whether you get free drinks. It's very important. You can order all the gingerbread. Pepsi, you won.
I'm just going to leave it all Pepsi now. I can't be bothered. Shout out Pepsi. They've done really well out of me with that Coke tasting challenge.
Yeah, this is it. It's where they sponsor us in a year.
Yeah. Prime.
I don't want Prime.
You don't want Prime? Do you not like Prime?
No.
Element. All right, don't be salty. Yeah, so you want to show up early and ease the pub's nerves. Then once you're there, just if you have any questions, just ask. They're very happy to help. Like at the end of it, you remember what I said about dating? Is like you always want to go for people that are working, because their natural instinct is going to be to want to help.
Yeah.
It's like everyone just wants to help. Like if they're working, so you just say, hi, do you have a plug socket anywhere near, or do you have whereabouts do you want me? If you're really confident, you can say, what are there any favourite songs that you have behind the bar that you want to hear me play? That's a really good one to get the staff on side. But obviously, if they say a song that you've never heard of, then you've got to either learn it really quickly before the gig. I've done that a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah.
What song?
What was it? It was a Beatles one. I can't play it anymore. No, it wasn't. It was Babylon by David Gray.
Don't even know it.
No, it's an old one. It's a good
maybe
song.
I do. Not by.
Friday night and I'm going nowhere. All the lights are turning green and red.
No.
No. It's a great song. It's an old one. So yeah, I had to learn that, but that gets them on side and automatically straight before you've even played increases your chance of getting another gig. All you've then got to do is not be shit, and you'll get booked again. The next one, just being really friendly with everyone, and if you can get the audience to engage as well, that's
participation.
Yeah,
Bit of clapping.
But also if it's more of a restaurant vibe, you're not going to get that. But if you can just play songs that they appreciate and they know,
Everybody put your forks in the air. Wave them like you just don't care.
everyone getting hit with sausages and
You go to a sausage restaurant.
sausage restaurant, yeah.
All the wieners. That little snort.
If you just play songs, especially your first 5, if you make sure that it's something that the audience knows, then the audience will appreciate it more. The staff will know the songs, and just be friendly and likable and talk to people. Like some places, you just don't want to introduce the songs. It's just not what you need to do in the venue. But you definitely can, and it helps people know. And then also, if you make a mistake, the audience is more forgiving because they don't just see you as a wall of music; they see you as a person.
As a person playing.
Like, hi, this first song's called "Fast Car" by Tracy Chapman. And then if you play the first note and it's going, oh, that's not gone well, right? And that's it. And then you get into
So inject some personality.
That's
and
it.
Make it someone that they want to look at rather than, oh God, that musician's looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just have fun. It's your number one job is to look like you're having fun. So have fun.
Yeah, if you're looking there stressed, really tired. Like,
Yeah. Also, if you're doing it and you're going to find it stressful and horrible, why are you doing it?
yeah, maybe you're in the wrong industry. Yeah. Maybe you're not going to make this.
There's so many easier ways to make money than like putting yourself up in front of people.
Yeah. Only pans. Isn't there a person that's make cooking videos?
No.
Oh. Don't worry.
I don't cook.
This is true. You don't clean either.
I don't cook.
I'm on your
I
side,
don't
so
clean.
don't worry.
Who's that by? Is that Megan Thee Stallion?
I don't know. I don't listen to the young people music.
Is that young people music?
I don't know. The last person I listened to was All 60.
Was it?
Yeah, country music. Do you know them?
No, I don't think I
They're
did.
good. I'll play them to you when we drive to Yummy Noodle. They're really good. All 60. No, it's definitely not that.
Is that?
It's not that much country.
No.
It's more folk country.
Well, I woke up in the morning and anyway, I'll get copyright strike because that's definitely a country song.
Yeah, definitely. Wait,
They always wake up in the morning.
They also have a Silverado.
Silverado.
Beer.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
Girls.
Or girl. Red sundress.
Cheating.
Yeah. Have we said beer? We said beer.
Of course we said beer.
Checked shirt.
Jean shorts.
Bar.
Cowboy boots.
Boots. Yeah. Blonde. Usually in there.
Yeah. Cowboy hat. I know we said Silverado, but Chevy.
Yeah. That's another. What's the other? Ford? No.
Ford
F-150. Yeah.
My friends I stayed in the States, they have 2 F-150s.
Yeah, but they're so cheap in America.
They're
the
massive
number
as
one
well.
selling vehicle
They're
in the
amazing.
world.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
Ford F-150. Yeehaw! Right, anyway, build the relationship with the people, play songs that people want to hear, be a little bit engaging on screen, on stage.
Yeah.
Do a little personality. And then, are you asking for rebooking before you're leaving?
Yeah.
Are you trying to close a sale before leaving?
Yeah.
Why is that important?
You just assume it.
Assume the sale.
Assume it. And you just go, when do you want me next? Cool.
And if they say no?
So, are you sure? Did you see what I just did?
What's wrong with you?
Or they'll say, oh, we'll get back to you. Or I'll have to look at the calendar. I'll have to wait until the manager's in. Because quite often, if you start playing at 8 and finish at 10, the manager will leave at 9. It's like just how it goes. Sometimes if you're playing in a smaller place, the owner will be there the whole way through and they will have enjoyed it. So you just say, I do want to book me again.
Yeah.
And then that's when you want to go for the multiple bookings.
Do you think it's important to ask, because obviously I work in sales, the first way you phrased it was perfect, the second way you phrased it was less so. When do you want me in next? Great. It's not intrusive, but it assumes a sale.
Yeah.
Harder to say no. Whereas do you want me in next? Or like, do you want me to book again? It gives them an out.
Yeah.
So would you say, so when can I come in next? When?
Yeah, I mean, it completely depends on the thing. It's interesting. If I think the person in the business that I'm talking to is less important, I'll be more forceful, because it's like I'm assuming the position of control.
Okay.
Whereas
yeah,
if it's the owner of the place, then I'll be like more submissive to them and be like, I really enjoy playing there. Would you like to have me again?
You want to give them some of the power,
Yeah.
so they can feel like
they're
I've
in
made
control.
the decision.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my decision
yeah.
because
So, and I found that works really well.
sociopath.
And you start building up regular bookings that way as well. And then suddenly next month you'll find, hang on a second, I got booked for 12 gigs in my first month, but that was so much effort because I needed to reach out to everyone from scratch. For 12 gigs, you probably have to reach out to at least 120 pubs, maybe more, maybe 350. Like, there's no harm in adding more pubs to the list. You just keep doing it. And next month, if you do it again, then what you get is everyone that booked you in month 1 might want you in month 2, but they might already have people booked. So then you're only really going to get half of them rebooking you. So you still need to go pretty hard in month 2.
Yeah. But really, we're focusing on month 1. Obviously, we will talk about maybe scaling, I think, is something that's valuable to touch on at the end. But month 1, we are just talking about sheer volume. And it is work. Like, we're not sitting here going, you're going to make £1,000 in your first month as a musician.
And it's easy.
But just winging it, you know? Just have fun with it.
By the way, that is musicians' approach, which is why I think I've been able to excel.
Yeah, because musicians are all artists, aren't they?
Or they expect a promoter to be able to get the gigs for them. Or they expect the pubs to just call them.
They expect their music to be enough because they do 1 post a week on social media because they made a new song.
It's just not how it works. It's like, it's just delusional. In any business, if you make a product and you know that product is amazing and just don't tell anyone about it, you don't expect anyone to buy it.
You have to put it to the market rather than assuming the market's going to come to you. Like, yeah. Completely agree. Okay, so you're trying to close the sale before leaving. You're having a good time. You've engaged with people. Is there anything you think that's relevant for delivery and building relationships within that sort of time stamp? Anything you do after the gig? Do you message? Do you do a social media post? Like,
yeah, I mean, you definitely can put it up on your Instagram story saying that you're playing at the pub.
Yeah.
I didn't for a long time just because I didn't know how my YouTube audience would react that follow me on Instagram. And be like, I didn't want to end up swamped and not actually able to play the gig. That was a fear. Still is a fear.
Do you invite people? Because obviously, if you say, would you suggest having a social media following? Question number 1. Would you suggest promoting that on social media? Question number 2. And do you suggest inviting people that you know and love to the venue to maybe try and build some buzz?
Yeah, so I, especially for my first 200 gigs, my granddad's come to every single one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he often drags along Nana.
Cute.
Who often drag along some of their friends as well. So
they do a open mic night at the... Well, not open mic.
They do a Saturday morning music
thing
where they put on... Yeah, they run the theatre there.
That's so cool. They're still doing the YouTube for that?
Yeah, live streaming every Saturday.
What's the...
Great, they're more consistent than you with the live streams.
Yeah. Chill out.
It's the Underground Theatre.
Nice.
Pretty sure. Might be Underground Theatre Respawn.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah, it's live every Saturday morning between 10 and 12.
A little shout out for them. You're welcome.
Yeah. Viewer.
Me.
Hey, Connor. Get back to work. Edit videos.
Okay.
No, you're pretty good. You're savage, actually, on the editing. You're killing it. So, yeah, I mean, after the gig, if I saw that particular people were enjoying it, I always walk to the bar afterwards because you've got to go to the bar to get paid anyway. But I'd just go and get another drink or something. Depends on how late it is, if it's been last call or not. But I walk by those tables because 9 times out of 10 they'll go, oh, I thought you were really good, by the way, and then try and engage in a conversation, because then what you can do is start to build up a fan base of local fans that don't follow you on social media. By the way, I've performed like 300 gigs. Do you want to know how many Instagram followers I've got from it shouting out my Instagram pretty much every gig?
How many?
3.
Oh, wow.
Nobody follows you. Nobody cares.
That's so strange.
Interestingly, open mic nights, you get more followers when you say it. even more interestingly, now I've got 300 and something thousand subscribers on YouTube. I say, oh, and if you wanted to subscribe to me on YouTube, I'm just about to hit 400k. Loads of people subscribe. It's like they just support the people that already have the following. So don't let it get you down. You want to try and build up connection with the people, talk to them, and say, oh, just so you know, I'm playing here next week and there the week after. If you wanted to come along, I'd do it.
So you have an old school version of social media. You actually have friends and fans that follow you
word of mouth.
Organically. Wow, what is that?
Or if you have anyone else that you want to bring along, like, and just ask.
Any single ladies, bring them along.
For you, yeah.
Please.
I'll be playing. You'll just be chatting with the single ladies
and
their mum.
I will. Yes, absolutely. Shout out MILFs.
I'm going to let that sit.
Yeah, please do. Okay, so optimizing next. I'm not going to let that sit. Yeah, not optimizing, systemizing is effectively what I've got next. So we're at the stage where you can see a tangible result and a system in place.
Yep.
How are you getting it from, oh my goodness, I've quit my job, I'm going all in, to, oh, I've got some gigs. How are you growing? How are you systemizing? What are you doing to make your life easier? So you've mentioned MailChimp. Is there anything you're putting in place? Are you getting paid directly? Are you getting invoices? So
most pubs in my experience like to pay you in cash.
Okay.
Which creates a job of going to the bank and paying it in.
Tax free. Love it.
Tax free?
Yeah. Don't have to declare tax, do you?
I think you really should. Yeah, you should declare all of your earned income.
Yeah, of course.
Relentlessly. Yeah. It's an important bit.
To be fair, you actually do.
I do.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
It sucks. But I just want to do everything properly. So one way you can get around that is some pubs will ask for you to invoice them and then they'll do a bank transfer. Mm-hmm. So you can do that. But then you get into dangerous water with payment terms because pubs will say they'll pay you the next day and they won't pay you for weeks or months. So it's unfair to say you'd earn £1,000 in your first month if you just invoiced everyone because everyone loves to push it off. Like I'm waiting on, what am I waiting on? 450 quid right now.
Would you suggest some sort of contract?
I mean, the invoice should be enough. And then you just say if it's paid after the 7-day payment period, then I charge 10% interest. But good luck trying to get that out of any pubs. I'll just pay you the original amount. Yeah. And it's not about that. It's more about the inconvenience of you not being able to pay your rent that month.
Yeah.
So I recommend cash gigs probably for your first couple of months. If you can, obviously you can't really, they'll usually tell you after the gig rather than before. But yeah, once you've got that, like you can see how you would make your 12.5 grand in the first year, like this way. And then after that, you might find that your emails, they're still going out this time through MailChimp. And people will be getting back to you saying, yeah, come on, we want you for this date. I'm like, oh, I can't play that date. But through all your open mics, you've probably met some good musicians, maybe even some that do gigs and would like to do it in addition to their work just for a bit of fun. I've got a couple like that. Or you just meet in Crossing, or you've seen that they're on the playlist for the pub coming up that month, and you go along to these gigs if you don't have one that day, and you meet the musician and say, oh, I'm a musician as well in this area, and can I have your number just in case I ever get a gig that I can't play? And then what you do is you get the gig, and then you can say, oh, well, I can't do that one, but I know this other musician who can. And it'll charge 150 for that. Here's the invoice. You put your bank details in it, and then you can just send them like 120 quid out of the 150 and keep 30. That's one thing.
Wow,
you can do.
So you're almost creating
an agency.
Yeah.
So if YouTube hadn't taken off, that's what I would have done.
Musician agency.
Yeah, and I also worked out a way as well to where you could put musicians on a salary.
Wow.
And they just work for your agency. That's what you do.
That's wild.
But it's stressful as hell.
I was going to say that's quite a commitment.
But it's fun because the thing, if you can get, so if a musician can earn 100, you put the musicians down to 100 quid a gig, but you take away all the responsibility of getting the gigs. So that's instantly worth 50 quid.
More than, yeah.
For that.
Because you're doing all the systemizing.
So if you just set up one of these MailChimp things and you get like 50 pubs to have gigs available over a month, you just distribute it to all the musicians and rotate them around every week. like it's fine. And that, but you've always got to have a musician in the bank or yourself to jump in if one of them's ill.
So that's in the future. That's effectively something you could look at scaling.
Well, that's how I would scale it going forwards. If I was to
but I don't think we're there yet. I think we're talking about systemizing, aren't we? We're talking about trying to get payment, having invoices, scheduling gigs to maximize the weekends. Are we looking at websites? Are we looking at pages? What are we doing at this point? Are we just sheer volume?
Yeah, it's just rinse and repeat. It's boring. It's doing the simple stuff again and again and again and again and again. And it's like you will sit there for 8 hours just adding email addresses to your list.
Do you think that's where people fail? Is they think that it should be fancy and sexy? And
Well, I think the hardest bit is you might be tempted after getting the first 10 email addresses to just send 10 emails individually, which is fine. You can do that. And you'll get booked for 2 gigs and you'll be like, cool, I'm done for the day.
I suppose if you're sending out 10 emails and you got 2, that's not a bad conversion rate
No,
initially.
they're really easy to get. It's like the easiest money you can make. And then eventually you'll get pubs just coming to you without you having to send the email. That's even easier. You just say yes or no.
We're talking about sheer volume because it's better to get 100 no's than it is to get 8 no's.
Yeah.
Because in that 100 no's, you've probably got 40, 30, 20 bookings, whereas in those 8 no's, you might got 1.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
It's boring. That's the thing you've got to learn. Being self-employed, you've got to get used to a lot of your life is mundane and boring. It just is.
So effectively, if we're talking about systemizing, it is just rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
There's no real... Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's no real step in there, but it is just rinse and repeat. The step itself is just doing what steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were again and again and again and again. It's not sexy. It's not fancy. It's just...
That is the job. That is the bit where you make money. And then you'll probably get a bit overconfident, which is something that happens.
Okay.
And you push your prices up in the new outreach emails. And you expect your conversions to be lower, but obviously you don't need to get as many. I'm only talking like going from £150 to 180.
Yeah.
Or you can set yourself up if you want to for success and be like, okay, well, I'll do the first one for 150, but my regular rate is 180. So when they book you on the regular bookings, you're booked at 180 rather than 150. Most people think it's the other way around. Like people are booking you.
Yeah, I would think that the first one would be, more expensive because this is a one-off. But if you're booking regularly, you're getting a discount, package discount.
You can spin it either way. You can say, I'll do. I've tried both. I've done both.
Both successful.
Yeah.
But you'd recommend.
Well, you make more money longer, so you might as well try for that one first.
True.
And then if they say, oh, no, we're not paying you more. But okay, cool, the same rate's fine then. And
Okay.
then you haven't dropped down.
Yeah, nice. I like it. So we talk about all those steps now and we're rinse and repeating. I think we are now talking about scaling, branding, and growth.
Yeah.
Vamos.
So I always wear a similar thing when I gig. Just so people get used to what Will Taylor looks like so they know when they hire Will what it's going to be.
Interesting. Do you think that has an impact on you as a musician or in the venue?
I think brand is just so subtle. It's like, if I turn up one time and I look like this, then that's great. But if I turn up next time I'm wearing, and somebody's booked me, I was wearing smart trousers but a hoodie, and then I had a smart venue book me. But I think, oh no, I'm Will. They hired Will Taylor. I can wear whatever I like. And then you're in a smart venue, and then you just turn up in ripped jeans and like an old shirt. It's like you're not dressed properly for it. So it's like having an expectation. If you want to be scruffy and whatever, that's fine. But you only get booked by places that want that. Yeah. So if you just have a neutral look, I've found is really helpful for just.
What's Will Taylor's neutral look?
Just this hoodie and whatever trousers, like jeans generally. But I have worn joggers. Like with my regular bookings, I care less because you get to know the staff members as well, so you know what's acceptable and what's not. Yeah. Just by inference. So. Is
that the only bit of sort of branding or your personal brand that you would do? Is there other things you would do to say that I'm Will Taylor, I'm in this venue?
So much of it is just rinse and repeat in the same simple thing. It's such a simple business, which is why it was a great fundamental one for me, because it was like, okay, well, I can learn the lessons of business with there basically being no consequences, and I get to charge a lot for my services.
Yeah.
So it's like 100 quid is like 10 hours work. So if I can do 3 of them in the week, it's like 30 hours of work. That's like a full week's pay.
Yeah. Okay. So talk to us about growing then, scaling.
So my YouTube took off, so I never implemented this, but this is exactly what I was going to do.
Yeah. I
was getting more bookings than I could handle. Like I was making $6,000 a month just
Just
pub
by
gigs
gigging?
on my best gigging months. Yeah.
Oh my god! So it was quite a big risk to step away and go to YouTube.
But I can't do both. It's like
Yeah,
I'd
of course.
rather do YouTube. So yeah, but in theory now I'd be on stupid amounts of money if I could continue doing that. And that included tennis coaching as well. But I've sort of taken a step away from all of that, except for next week when I believe I'm tennis coaching. But not next week, week after. So I was getting more gigs than I could handle because my email system was just so good, and I was saying to friends, "I'll just take the gig, just take the gig, just take the gig," and it was like, what if they're booked somewhere else? It's like they can't take the gig, then I'm stuck. Like I've got this gig ready and waiting, and nobody to give it to. And you'll eventually build up a trusted group of musicians that like I know that they're good, but you also can sometimes choose musicians that could do it but aren't as good as you, so that they don't choose them as an alternative to you in the future if you never need the gig. So you can be a bit selfish. But if you're looking to scale out like the agency side of it, all you do is just get your best musicians and just say, hey, can you do this gig for me? It's in 3 months' time. Like, yeah, sure. And then eventually what you do is just say, hey, are you happy? Like, I've got these 10 gigs ready and waiting. Are you happy if I take 10% if I just give you all the 10 gigs? And they say, yeah, because it saves them.
Do you think that's the only scaling path that people could explore as an agency, or do you think there's a way that one could scale just purely pub gigs themselves?
Yeah, I mean, the pub gigs have a ceiling just because pubs have no money.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think people would hit a ceiling pretty quickly?
Yeah,
with pub gigs?
I hit that ceiling. It's like you're just working 4-5 days a week, doing maybe 2 gigs a day some days. Even playing for 200 quid a gig or 300 quid a gig. It's like that you hit a ceiling because they just can't go higher justifiably.
I suppose as well that's going to then have an impact maybe on your life as well. You might have to have sort of late nights. You'll have to take a lot of care into how you protect your voice as well.
Yeah, if you get ill, like, it wipes out all your income.
Yeah.
So I like the agency idea because I don't have to be playing the gigs to earn the money. It does mean that you've got to get 10 times the amount of gigs if you're taking 10%. But if you're doing gigs as well as that, then you're fine. You're flying.
Yeah.
That's a really easy one. The other one is you work your way up to do hotels, resorts, and cruises.
Sick. Okay.
I've got a friend called Chris, shout out Chris, who continuously goes on cruises, and Alex Mountain as well. He does cruises, and you go for like 4 to 6 months, get paid 40 grand.
Yeah, cruises look unreal.
Yeah,
they look like such a good. But I've heard the work-life balance is almost non-existent. But it might be depending on the roles.
Yeah, I think musicians it's quite easy. Like I've been offered a number of cruise jobs.
You never taken one.
Well, Soph doesn't want me to do. So you've got to be in a position to where you can take the cruise jobs. Like I think I probably would have enjoyed it, but the thing is, I just can't be away from you. I like making YouTube videos too much.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't be away. Or I like writing songs too much. I couldn't do that and produce them. So yeah, and also how much joy is there just being on your own on one of these trips? Like I'd love to share those things with Soph and with like family or friends or whatever. Obviously you make friends there, but it's not the same. So cruise ships for me were out, but yeah, you can make pretty decent money doing them, especially if you go on 2 tours a year, like 80 grand. It's like,
and most things are kept for when you're when you're away as well. You get your room, board.
Yeah.
Normally you get food that comes all with it. Normally not loads, but you get to explore. Maybe go off the ship every now and then.
Yeah. And then if you do that, then you can still be in your downtime using the Wi-Fi on the boat to book pub gigs for people back home and make money.
So you could do both, and you could also effectively film and market and do a YouTube of what it's like to live as a musician living on a cruise ship.
Literally, there's so many options. Hotels are quite good. Hotels generally pay slightly more than pubs, but not massively, unfortunately. You can go to resorts like caravan parks and mobile home type places, and they'll hire you and they'll usually have you once a week because they have a new cohort of customers once a week, and they'll pay you like $1,000 for that stuff, and it's only like a 2-hour show once a week or whatever, so it's not too bad.
I suppose they probably have a bigger budget as well.
Everyone's paying $1,000 to be there, so paying you $1,000 out of the 300 mobile homes they've got is nothing. That's I've picked a busy example there. Like Butlins is another one you can do. And it's seasonal.
It's more what we're saying here is looking outside of. So once you get to the point where pub gigs have shown consistent growth and you've looked at raising your prices, you've looked at booking and optimizing your time as much as possible, you've got your system in place that's just going to keep you maybe consistently booked, you've maybe upgraded your PA system for gigs and stuff. And
I've still got the same one I started with.
Do you?
Yeah. It's...
But you've maybe done that, and you've maybe sort of optimized a few other things. But here is when you're going to start looking outside of yourself, if that's something you want to continue to choose growth.
If you want to make more money, you've got to look for people with more money. So where do you go? You go cruise ships is easy. Mm-hmm. Hotels is like slightly more upmarket pub gigs.
Yeah.
So that's probably the next step up. Then it's either cruise ships or going abroad and being like the musician for all the different hotels. And if you can do like resort type hotels and get yourself booked at each one of them once per week, you can get paid $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
Per one, and that's like you can get up to $20,000 a month doing that.
And you could also, like you said before, look at weddings.
Weddings are good, but obviously there's no repeat business, so it's more complicated from an admin perspective.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're ever late for a wedding, like it's just the stakes are too high for me for a wedding. I couldn't do it. A lot of pressure.
Okay, so I feel like we're naturally maybe come to the end. However, again, as I've made this plan, I'm aware that this is a life that you've lived and you've actively engaged with. So I'd like to see if there's anything you think that I've missed, anything you think that's worth recapping, anything that you want to additionally add before we maybe look at key takeaways and I try and guess your one word. Is there anything I've missed? Anything you'd maybe add in addition to this?
It can't be overstated how boring but essential just sourcing email addresses is. Now, there are websites that can do it for you, but I was trying to do it on like minimum budget because that's how I did it.
Yeah.
I've only recently learned about the ones that can grab email addresses for you. And the thing is, as soon as you do that, you start to eat into a lot of your profit anyway. And the thing is, if you're a pub gigging musician starting out, you don't want to commit yourself to £100 a month on a subscription for getting email addresses.
I think that comes down to a lot of people think they need to have the best new shiny thing to be able to do the thing.
Yeah, no,
this is what we had with the podcast. Is I was like, so we need to get a new camera. Like, just use your phone. So what? It's just what's the bare minimum you can use to do the thing.
Yeah, it's minimum.
He says with a new Mac in front of him.
Minimum viable product. It's like to make this happen. Like we do it here, we don't do it at yours, just because I've got some more equipment. You know.
Yeah, you've got the equipment. We've got our phones.
Yeah, it's everything you need. So it's the same with getting it. Like everyone's got a phone, everyone's got the internet, everyone's got email. So therefore, you can generate money like that. And like I know that I can reach out to 5 people now and get a pub gig if I want one. Yeah. Which is nuts because it's like I've just got money on tap. It's like buying GTA Shark cards in real life.
What else have we missed? So you've overstated the importance of repetition, systemizing, and just doing the hard work, because in reality that is going to be hard work.
Hard just means repetitive and boring. That's all hard means in the world of pub gigs. Like it's a really easy business.
I feel like that's hard in a lot of different places. It's repetitive and boring, and people just don't like repetition.
That's it. People are looking for the new shiny thing. It's why so many people move on to different business ideas. Just stick with one for a year, you'd be golden.
Yeah. Well, we'll be at 200k subscribers in a year.
If you're right, that would be incredible.
That could you imagine?
We'd be making like $500,000 a year.
That would be nice.
250 each. Actually, no, 200 each. Could we pay an editor?
200k subscribers. You think we can make 200k each?
With the RPMs of a podcast channel, yeah.
Damn. Okay. Let's go. Anyway, anything else I've missed? Anything else you want to recap? Anything else you think that is valuable and important?
Don't get disheartened when everyone's telling you no, because there might be a reason why. You might not be good, for example.
You are not talented.
But that doesn't mean you can't ever be good. It just means you're not good enough now. So just do more open mic nights, get more confident, learn more songs, learn what songs people want to hear.
Practice scales, practice musical acquisitions. They've got apps on phones now. We can learn how to play the guitar better.
Yeah, just YouTube will teach you a lot. Yeah. It's so easy to do, but you've just got to do it. Like, there's no avoiding the work. It's like, if you want to be a musician, don't be surprised when you've got to be better than just the person who does it for a hobby. Like, that's how it goes. You're asking somebody to pay you money to play songs.
Yeah.
Like, you'd probably be playing songs anywhere in your bedroom. You're just doing it at a different location, yet you were getting money.
Yeah. And just maybe don't assume that the work is always done. You've got to keep working.
Yeah,
keep
that was
striving.
That was a big problem I had. Is I get myself booked for 3 months worth of gigs, be so busy actually doing the gigs that I didn't book myself up for the next 2 months. Yeah. It's so difficult to get gigs same month. Yeah, that's the hardest ones for sure. So yeah.
Mental.
How are we doing for time? Where are we?
We're pretty good, I think, with all the stops that we've had as well. We've done well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything you'd like to add? Any questions? So,
no.
What's the most rewarding part of running a gigging business, do you think? 7.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with the actual job. It's like just watching like the fights that break out at pubs while you're playing, or like waitresses dropping food on the floor or plates and things crashing just while I'm playing, and my job is to just keep playing no matter what.
Everything is fine.
Cracks me up every time. That's one of the benefits. It's nothing to do with business, but it's hilarious. I mean, I would say that the free drinks and stuff, but I only ever get tap water when I go there anyway. I don't ever take advantage of it. A lot of people do. I think that's another professional thing. It's like, if I'm there to sing, I'm only going to have tap water. Just that. Like, the few gigs that I've done where I've had a beer, it's like, because they go straight to my head anyway, it's like the gig is completely out of my hands. It's in God's hands at that point. Yeah, literally. Jesus, take the wheel.
Who's Jesus? Jesus. No. Who is he?
Bloke who wore sandals.
Vibe.
He had the 2025 look.
He did.
Back 225 years ago.
Don't knock the Birkenstocks.
It was 0 though, actually, then. So maybe in year 0020. He was rocking the Supreme sandals back before Supreme was a brand.
What a vibe.
Yeah. What a vibe. What a vibe maker.
Vibe maker indeed.
A vibrator.
Less so.
That's what vibe means. It's vibrations.
It is.
You're giving me all the positive vibrations, Connor.
That's just what I'm here for. The positive vibrations. Right, well, I feel like we've done a good job. We've covered
I hope so.
How to effectively...
So would you... I suppose this is a question for you. With the way I've explained everything, would you now, if you'd not done it before but were able to play songs on the guitar and sing, then would you be able to start yourself a pub gigging business?
Yes, absolutely.
You would.
Because you've made it clear enough that it is a case of getting a PA system and reaching out to people non-stop and optimizing that as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So you can have a sheer volume, a wide net that eventually you're going to catch something in there and you're just going to rinse and repeat and it's not going to be sexy, it's not going to be classy, but if you're charging around 150 for 2 hours, you're going to get there.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
Right. Well, what is your last word? Because I've jotted mine down. I don't feel confident, but...
Pineapple.
Wasn't that what I did yesterday?
Yeah.
Dick.
What did you do?
Cheese.
Fruit
related.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. You can let go now.
You can let go now.
Oh my god, on this part.
Don't do that.